Hey, how's it going, everyone? I hope you all are having an amazing day. Now, it's that time of the month again. It always feels like I just filmed these. The months feel so short, but it's time for another buyer's guide for the month of November. Now, we are getting very close, almost pretty much at the winter season, which I am very excited for. As the true Canadian that I am, I love the winter so much. It's time for snuggling and, just staying nice and bundled up, which is something I'm all for. But before I start this video, apparently only 28% of you that watch this video are subscribed. So if you like this kind of content and you want more, just be sure you just check that you're subscribed. Just do me a favor and just check. But if you aren't, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and join the Discord. Link is in the description. Without further ado, I don't want to take up much of your time. I'll try to go through this as fast as I can, but let's talk about some manga coming out in the month of November. Now, as always, we go by publisher: Viz, 7 Seas, Yen Press, Kodansha, Square Enix, and then Vertical. A lot of really good volumes coming out this month, a lot of bangers. So first, we're going to start off with a new volume, a new series coming out in English. That is Blue Box. Now, I know a lot of people who read this digitally love it, so I'm very excited to see what it holds. I've never read it before. I know nothing about it. Apparently, it's like a romance about, and then there's like badminton and stuff in it. So I'm very excited. I've heard it's really good. It's really cute, which is something I'm all for when it comes to romances. I hope it has a little bit of comedy in it. I don't know if it does, but I am still very excited nonetheless. But next we have Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible Volume 4. Now, this is a series I read online. I haven't read it in a while. I've read about 50 chapters online, and it's pretty cute. It's really cute. The character designs are really good. The art's not bad for a rom-com, for like, I'm gonna call it an indie manga, an indie rom-com. I have yet to pick up the physicals, but for now I'm just gonna stick to digital just because it's not the kind of series I can see myself investing in. I don't know, we'll have to see. Next we have a manga I have been waiting a year for, 13 months to be exact. That is One Punch Man volume 24. Now, I just made a video about the greatest mangakas of all time, so you can go ahead and check that out. I talked about One Punch Man in that video, and I am very excited. Now, I have read it digitally. I'm all caught up, so I'm excited to see what it holds physically, like how the art is on paper, because digitally it's astonishing. But for now, I just have to wait. It's been, like I said, 13 months since volume came out, but I'm still excited for volume 24 and hopefully 25 when it comes out in 2024. Next, we have the Elusive Samurai volume 3. Now, I have yet to pick this up. I believe it's from the creator of Assassination Classroom. I've heard it's really good, but I don't know, there's just some about it that really irks me. I genuinely don't know, but not irks me, but it's like something that just makes me not want to pick it up and not commit to it. But we'll have to see in the future. If it gets a lot of hype, then I probably will pick it up, because it does look good and the covers are muy caliente, you know what I'm saying? Some fuego. And then next we have Dragon Quest Adventures of Dai Volume 5. Now, I know a lot of people are a fan of this manga, and apparently it's pretty good. So, and I do really like the covers and the spines to this manga, so I might check it out in the future, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to this manga. And then next we have World Trigger Volume 24. I don't know when the last time a volume came out. Those that don't know, I bought the entire series in bulk for half the price. I bought it on Kijiji for like 150 bucks when it's usually 300 plus tax, so like 330, 350 bucks, something like that. So I got an absolute steal. I got a really good price. I got like $200 off. I have only read about 4 or 5 volumes, so I'm probably not gonna buy 24 until I'm all caught up. It's not a series I'm all to. That's gonna be a little bit on the backlog if I do end up picking it up. And then we have Beastars volume 21. Now, I believe there's only 1 or 2 more volumes left, which is wild. I've heard the manga is absolutely fantastic, so hopefully in the future I could try it out. I don't know, I'm just, the whole stigma around that manga is kind of pushing me back from picking it up, but nonetheless, I'm excited to see how it ends and see if it's a good ending from what people said. Now, I believe it ended digitally like 2 years ago or a year ago, something like that. But yeah, we're almost to the end. I'm excited to see people's opinions on it. And then we have Mashle, Magic, and Muscle Volume 9. Now, I recently just read Volume 1. I have Volume 2, but this was actually a really good manga. I was kind of iffy about it because some people don't like it, but I personally really enjoyed the first volume. I thought it was pretty funny. So I hope that comedy continues throughout the entire series and actually gets more and more funny. And I hope it doesn't get stale, because I don't like it when comedy mangas do that, which is the one thing I've heard people complain about the most, is that the jokes are the same. But I'll have to see that with my own eyes, and I know a lot of Mashle fans are very excited for Volume 9. And then we have a manga I'm personally excited for, Rooster Fighter Volume 2. Now, a lot of people are picking up this manga for a good reason, because it's really fun. It's just shits and giggles fun. People compare it to One Punch Man, which is something I can absolutely see. It's just that goofy, nonsensical, haha, I can kill you in one scream, yada yada yada. It's really funny. The main character just being a straight up rooster is absolutely hilarious. I think it is so unbelievably funny that they do that. But I'm excited for Volume 2. This series definitely holds some potential with amazing art, and I'm very excited to see where this manga goes in the future. Now, pretty controversial manga that a lot of people are dropping, but one I actually thoroughly enjoy, that is Zom 100 Volume 8. Now, the main reason, or one of the reasons why I continue to pick up this series is not just because the story and art's good, those are both very good, but the covers and the spines are absolutely phenomenal. So I'm very excited to see Volume 8 in person and on shelf. So I'm very excited for this manga to come out physically and for me to enjoy a honest to God decent gag manga. It's not bad at all. I just think people hate it because they were expecting too much from it. But it's just a turn off your brains and have fun manga. But a manga that I absolutely recommend if you haven't picked up already, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind Part 5 Volume 6. Now, I believe it's ending in a couple more volumes. I think it's going to be the length of Part 4, which is about 9 volumes. And then we're closer to Part 6, and we're even closer to Part 7. I only own Part 4 in English, and I own Part 7 in Japanese, but trust me, if ever Part 7 gets printed in English, I am going to buy every single volume just because it's Araki. I support him in any way I can. I buy his art books, I buy his manga, like everything I can do. I have 4 posters around my room of just Araki's amazing art. So I'm very excited for Part 7, whenever that is, probably the next 2 or 3 years, I would like to say. But yeah, Viz is a little bit on the low, but some really big volumes are coming out this month. So, and then we'll move on to 7 Seas. 7 Seas only has 2 volumes, and that is Colorless Volume 2. I wasn't the biggest fan of Volume 1. I thought it was pretty generic. I didn't hate it at all. I thought the art was good. The characters are pretty cool. The dystopian future kind of vibe was quite enjoyable, but the plot really seemed baseless. Like, it really didn't feel like it had a structure, like, oh, we're just gonna try to reserve light. Like, that's kind of cool, but it didn't feel like there was some structure. It was just, you know, action, bang, 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 you know, I'm just trying to restore light, bang, bang, bang. Oh, met this girl, okay, she can live with me now, bang, 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 you know, stuff like that. I wasn't the hugest fan of, but I definitely will give it another volume or 2 just to see if it gets better or worse. And then there's Tokyo Revengers, the 3rd omnibus, volume 5 to 6. Now, I believe this manga is ending on the 16th of November, which is only about 3 weeks away. I hope people are excited. I couldn't give less of a shit. I dropped it about a year ago just because of how atrocious the last arc has been. I think it is fucking horrible. For what it's worth, I thought the first 200 chapters were absolutely phenomenal. So that's why I'm not gonna shit on it as much as I plan on. If you haven't read Tokyo Revengers, definitely go pick up the volumes. Like I said, the first 200 chapters are fucking amazing. So definitely go pick it up if you're interested. I don't have it because I've already read it digitally and I don't really have the urge to support it physically. But yeah, and then from Yen Press, we have The Maid I Recently Hired Is Mysterious Volume 4. I have the first volume. I thought it was really cute. I only bought it because of the short-haired maid, because she's fucking, I mean, it's short hair, right? Ugh. Short hair, right? That voice crack was insane. I mean, she's cute. I think it's a really cute series. If I were to compare it to anything, it would be Don't Toy Me Miss Nagatoro. It's kind of just teasing, a lot of teasing, but in a very childish and kind of wholesome way, rather than Nagatoro, which is sometimes pretty just like peaceful sometimes, especially in the early Nagatoro volumes. And then we have Shadow's House Volume 2. Now, I don't know when Volume 1 came out. I know it's been a couple months. And I know people are very excited for Volume 2. I've yet to even watch the anime, but I've heard it's fucking amazing, and the spines for the first volume are so cool. So I'm excited to see people's opinion as this series continues. I believe the 2nd season has already came out and finished. Maybe I'll check it out in the future, but for now, I have no interest. I have a lot of other manga I need to buy and read, so I don't think I want to add another series to my roster. And then from Kodansha, we have 2 volumes. This could be wrong, but when I checked the website, it had these 2 volumes in the same month. That is Orient Volume 10 and Orient Volume 11. I don't know if these are coming on the same month. I could be wrong. They could be pushed. Whatever. I'll put a thing up on screen if one volume did get pushed. If anything, I believe it would be Volume 11 if it got pushed. And then I watched the first episode in the anime. I was not a fan, so I haven't read more. I've heard it's good, but I have no interest whatsoever. Just I'm being very picky with my manga right now. I want to get series that I actually thoroughly enjoy, and Orient just isn't one of them. I was not a fan of like the futuristic yet medieval vibe of the manga. I just thought it was kind of whack. But Galaxy Next Door Volume 3 is another series I am absolutely not going to get. I read about half of the first one, got really bad vibes from it, so I just dropped it. I didn't really like the fantasy vibe the series just gave off mid-volume without any explanation whatsoever, so I dropped it. If it was a simple rom-com about a mangaka and his assistant, I would have loved it. I would have loved it wholeheartedly, but they add this mystical character in it, bullshit after bullshit. I just decided to drop the manga. And then we have Blue Period Volume 10. I'm not that interested in this manga, but I know a lot of people are, so Volume 10's coming out this month for you. And next we have Go-Go Loser Ranger Volume 1. This is the manga I'm absolutely going to pick up because I've heard nothing but great things. Now, I don't know actual name for it online. Apparently it's not Go-Go Loser Ranger, but I kind of like that. It's kind of funny. I've heard it's really good. I have yet to see anything about it. I can't really say much because it's a series I know literally nothing about, but I hope you guys are excited as much as I am for this volume and experience a new kind of action manga. I think it's going to be. I have no idea. And then we have Rent a Girlfriend Volume 15 coming out in November. Now, Volume 14 just came out. That'll be in my haul. I kind of spoiled it a little bit, but this manga is going back on track for being once a month. I think it was like a 3-month gap between Volume 13 and 14, which sucked. I'm very excited for Volume 14, along with the first box set coming out in November. So if you're a degenerate like me and read it for the really hot women and you have yet to pick up the manga, go get the box set. I know people don't like it when I support this manga, but I think it's just a really good shit manga with some really hot women in it. And then we have Fire Force Volume 29. I believe there's either 32 or 34 volumes. I could be completely wrong. Left of this series, or I've seen the first 2 seasons and I've been meaning to read the manga. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I know people love Fire Force and I know the ending's actually really good. So I'm excited to see what this series holds for me when I do eventually read it, and for when you guys eventually pick up the 29th volume. Alrighty, so next we have Square Enix. Now, a first volume that I never really knew about until now, until I started to research for this video, and that is Tokyo Aliens Volume 1. Now, I was like, this looks interesting, and I saw the cover and I was like, holy shit, this is a gorgeous cover. So I decided to do a little bit of research, and this series actually sounds like fun. It looks and sounds really good, so I'm excited for the first volume and to see what happens, because I hope it holds a lot of potential and has a very good storyline with a lot of good art and characters. So I'm excited to see where this manga goes. I've heard some people talk about it. Actually, that's a lie. I've never heard people talk about this manga. Hopefully I get to try it out and see what's good. And then we have Beauty and the Beast Volume 5, a really cute and wholesome slice of life about a older woman and a younger boy in high school, just those two bonding over food, which I think is super cute and super wholesome. I've yet to buy Volume 2 to 5, but yeah, I'm really excited. And then we have Ragna Crimson Volume 7. I have 1 to 4. I have even yet to read Volume 4. I don't know when I bought that, but I still haven't read it yet. I'm falling behind. I am falling behind. But this manga just started to blow up in popularity because of a couple other manga tubers and I have been shouting about this manga and how good it is. So a lot of people are picking up on that and picking up the manga, which makes me very happy because it is a very solid shonen manga, which I think is something we need nowadays, is a simple classic shonen manga, and I think this series does it. And then we have Soul Eater Perfect Edition Volume 9. Now, I believe I said this in my last video, but it got pushed back. I don't think Volume 8's even out yet, so I have no idea. Square Enix is so unbelievably bad with their release dates. They keep pushing and pushing all the time, so I have no idea how I can predict these, so I'm just gonna put it in this video because it was on their website. And then from Vertical, we have 2 things, but it's from the same series. We have Don't Toy Me Miss Nagatoro Volume 13 and the first box set, which is Volume 1 to Volume 6. So if you've heard around and you've been itching to buy this manga, I would 100% recommend the box set. I am one of those people that personally really enjoy this manga and read it digitally every month. I think it is such a cute rom-com It's so good, so definitely go check it out. I know the first couple volumes could be a little daunting, and it's like, ew, she's just straight up abusing him, yada yada, but it gets a lot more wholesome, and they start to show their feelings a lot more in these newer volumes. So I 120% recommend you go pick up this volume. You will not regret it. So yeah, that's it for the month of November. If there's any other volumes you plan to pick up this month, please let me know down in the comments. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Peace, take care.